Hi, friends. Welcome back to Travel and Talk. Today, we're headed to one of the most iconic places in the world, New York City. If you've been there, you know there's something electric about this city. It's where dreams feel bigger, the streets buzz with life, and every corner holds a surprise. But the magic of New York isn't just in its landmarks, it's in the little, unexpected moments that make you pause and smile. And today, I want to share one of those moments with you. A day that reminded me why travel is so special. Stick around, because after the story, I'll explain some of the grammar I use to tell it, so you can describe your own travel adventures with confidence. Let's dive in. It was a crisp autumn morning, one of those perfect New York days where the air has a fresh, golden feel. As I stepped out of my hotel near Times Square, I was greeted by the hum of the city, horns honking, people chatting, and the steady rhythm of footsteps on the pavement. The smell of coffee and freshly baked bagels filled the air, and I decided to just wander with no destination in mind. The sunlight bounced off the towering glass buildings, casting shimmering reflections onto the streets below. Around noon, I found myself in Central Park. Now, if you haven't been, let me paint a picture. The park feels like a world within a world. It's quiet, but alive, with winding paths, golden trees, and the occasional laugh of a child echoing through the air. I walked slowly, enjoying the crunch of leaves under my boots, when I stumbled upon a lake with a lone musician playing a saxophone. The sound was soulful, almost hypnotic, and soon a small crowd gathered. Among them was a little girl twirling in the autumn leaves, her laughter floating through the crisp air. Her parents watched, smiling, as if time had paused just for them. And then, it happened. A woman sitting on a nearby bench noticed my camera and started a conversation. She was an artist from Italy, visiting New York to find inspiration. As we chatted about travel and creativity, she took out a notebook and started sketching. Before I knew it, she handed me a portrait of myself. "For you," she said with a smile, "to remember this moment." I was speechless. It wasn't just a sketch. It was a memory, frozen in time, from someone I'd never met before but would never forget. As the sun dipped below the skyline, casting everything in a soft orange glow, I sat on the edge of the lake and thought about what had just happened. In a city of millions, it's easy to feel lost. But that day, I felt seen. It reminded me that the real magic of travel isn't the places you go. It's the moments that touch your heart and the connections that leave an imprint on your soul. That sketch? It's framed on my desk now, a daily reminder that even in a big, chaotic world, there's room for kindness, art, and connection. Now, let's talk about the grammar I used in that story. These grammar points will help you bring your own travel memories to life. First, we have the past simple, which is great for describing actions that happened and are complete. For example, I said, "I stepped out of my hotel near Times Square." This shows a completed action that starts the day. Another example is, "She handed me a portrait of myself." This describes the exact moment the artist gave me the sketch. When you're telling your own stories, use the past simple to show key moments or actions. Next is the past continuous, which helps describe actions that were happening in the background or alongside other actions. For example, I said, "I was strolling through the paths lined with golden leaves." Or, "The little girl was twirling in the autumn leaves." The structure is simple: was or were, plus the verb ending in ing. You can use this tense to add more detail and atmosphere to your story by showing what was happening around you. Then there's the present perfect, which connects past experiences to the present. For example, I said, "That moment has stayed with me." This shows that the memory is still important to me now. I also said, "I have framed the sketch on my desk." This links the past action to my current life. The structure is have or has plus the past participle. You can use the present perfect when reflecting on experiences that still impact you today. Finally, let's look at the first conditional, which talks about real possibilities in the future. I said, "If you visit Central Park, you'll feel like you're in a movie. And if you wander with no plan, you'll discover hidden gems." The structure is if plus the present simple, then will, and a base verb. Try using the first conditional to imagine what might happen on your next adventure. Travel isn't just about where you go. It's about the stories you create and the connections you make. So go out there, explore the world, and use your language skills to share those magical moments. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your own travel stories in the comments. I can't wait to hear from you. Until next time, happy travels, friends.